If you don't step forward, you'll always remain in the same place. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Samantha. So what do we got going on tonight with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Bitcoin's up a little over 5%, over that $7,500 barrier. I don't know. People are trying to figure out whether or not Bitcoin's going to hold this leg up, if we're going to slide back down, if this is a false rally. Are we going to break $8,000? Everybody's starting to talk about the halving that's here in Bitcoin because it's really close, right? Starting to hear a little bit of that rumor and wrinkling of is the Bitcoin halving factored in? What is the price going to look like on the other side of this? Are we going to start some death spiral from the miners? What is the Chinese rainy season going to bring? How's Corona going to affect all this? We got new futures. And are we getting any new adopters? All the new hot latest topics. And, of course, my hot co-host, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, Samantha. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Does this quarantine got you down today?
I'm feeling a little sunburned. No, it has not got me down.
Oh, you gotten used to it? They say it only takes 2 weeks.
I mean, I was already used to it. It's whatever.
So we got the price coming up a little bit today on Bitcoin. People are saying that they can't figure out, whether or not this is a false rally, whether or not we're actually going to start to see some positive momentum as we're getting closer to this happening. I don't know. Same old thing, right? For the longest time we keep watching Crypto Zombie, right? And then he comes out and he says, I hate doing technical analysis, but then all he does is technical analysis. Well, I'm not really big on technical analysis, but yet we say the price every single episode. And we're constantly defending and talking against it when it goes down and pumping it up and saying why it's going to go upwards when really that's not what it's about. It's about this fact that it comes down to privacy and empowerment. And when it comes to those two things, Bitcoin is the ultimate tool. We got some news today. We got some news dealing with all of that. But of course, I want to know what you guys are thinking. I want to know that you guys are out there. Please hit the thumbs up, share this video out so we can get some more people going in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know what you guys are thinking.
We have the pothead. He's here. He says that he loves how you start the show. We like the quotes too.
It did take a while to figure out what to do to get the show rolling, right? Because I used to do thumbnails of cartoons.
Oh, yeah, that also got some hate.
Yeah, that got a lot of hate.
Don't know why you can't be a child and an adult at the same time, but apparently, yeah, no. We got a lot of, why don't you guys just grow up? Why does it Bugs Bunny? Those kinds of things.
But yeah, I do like the quotes. I like the forest through the trees kind of situation of it all.
Sometimes it takes a long time to find the quote.
It does. Sometimes that's the hardest part out of the news and everything is having a quote to come out here because I hate saying the same one over and over again. Sometimes they get recycled, but it's like a month or two in between.
Or, who knows? You could probably go back to some of the first quotes and there could be definitely a throwback somewhere now that we've used it. Because sometimes he'll be like, this one, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Does it just sound familiar or did we use it at some time? I don't know.
So, since we're talking about things with the show, here, Samantha, would you like to take that for me? Let's go ahead. Got another Bitcoin shirt.
Back it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, got to back up.
There you go.
This. Yeah.
There you go.
Sleeveless, so that we can rock it at the beach this summer. We can be able to rock it at Wakaan. Yeah. Thank you. But as always, I got to tell you guys thank you because this was bought out of AdSense money.
Yes,
every little bit from the super chats and the commercials that play and all of that. When we break a $100 threshold, YouTube go ahead and pays that out to us. And then a month later, it'll hit our bank account. So we went ahead, we bought this shirt, thinking about maybe getting another one just so that I can keep looking fresh out here doing the show. The other part of it is going in towards the Wakaan Fund. I keep telling you guys over and over here that we are a not-for-profit organization. None of this money goes back in our pocket. None of it's here to make us rich. We just want to give back to Bitcoin. We want to keep the YouTube channel going and supporting itself. We try to lean on you guys a little bit here and there, but we're trying to get off to one event this year, right?
Yes.
We're trying to get off to Wakaan at the beginning of October. We want to pass out flyers. We're going to be having some swag. We want to set up a booth. We're thinking about renting an RV. I mean, it's going to be an entire week-long festival. Planning on definitely doing some recording, maybe some interviews. We want you guys to help. Right. That's the main thing. We're looking for you guys to come out, help us. We're going to be driving across the country, so maybe we could stop and pick you up if you guys need a ride.
Yes.
If you can't come out and join us, there's lots of other things you can do. We're looking for help on the brochures that we want to make and print out. We're looking for some graphic artworks, and you can always donate in the monetary or Bitcoin sense because it's kind of like a carbon offset, right? We all want to do something for Bitcoin, but it's hard to find time in our schedule, even though it shouldn't be lately, right?
Yeah.
But
wide open.
it's easier to give a couple bucks, and of course, we'll gladly get out there and do it. We love talking about Bitcoin. One last thing is, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, because we've been seeing the views go up, the subscribers go up, everything's going up a little bit at a time. We got a free email help desk. It's listed down below at eugeneforest20@gmail.com. There's also a Proton one in case you want to keep things anonymous or private. Things are definitely going that way in Bitcoin. Still seeing our dark web video break 5,000 views, continuously getting 50 to 60 views per day on people that want to learn how to mix their Bitcoin.
It's
Fantastic.
not even it is literally just mixing your Bitcoin. I mean,
yes, not doing anything illegal, not going to the dark markets or
amazing.
anything, just using the Tor browser and, accessing the website and getting the laundry, the Bitcoin address for the laundry. Launderer to get it washed.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what is
mixing.
The plural.
There we go.
Yeah.
To get your Bitcoin mixed.
Yes. All right.
The Tumblr.
The Tumblr.
The Tumblr address.
The bot says he remembers the cartoons that they were awesome. Yes. See? I knew we were awesome. I knew it.
What can I say? We're big kids. Paul Rouleau, buddy, I'm glad that you can make it out here. I know that you hit the thumbs up, but would you remind everyone else who forgot today?
Josh is here.
Josh, buddy. Josh has donated generously already to getting us off to Wakaan. Definitely going to continue to keep ragging on him because we would love for him to come along with us.
Wakaan, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
He says, quotes by Buddha, crypto is yin and yang. I know, yes, I don't know. We sometimes are famous people. Sometimes it's just, whatever kind of sounds good at the time.
Yep. So should I dig into a little bit of the news I got going on over here? All right. Well, the first thing I got up is probably the bigger piece of news that I got for today. We got John Cantrell, Cantrell.
We're going to go Cantrell. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. He has the brand new messaging program out there that's running on top of Bitcoin Lightning Network. Privacy at the forefront of it, called Juggernaut. We've actually talked about this before a while back when he had started developing it, but now the beta version's out, saying that privacy being at the forefront of this is also somewhat inspired by everything that's happening right now, right? The great lockdown. We're seeing things like Facebook and WeChat deleting people's posts and saying and censoring what we can talk about. We've seen quite a bit already on YouTube. We've seen Adam Meister lose his channel over this. We're seeing the Bitcoin purge happen to quite a few people. We've seen Tone Vase. We've seen Data Dash. We're seeing Ivan move off. I mean, everybody's having problems. We've had our own problems with it. Censorship is going to be a big thing in the future, right?
Yes. I mean, they're even having articles and stuff saying that if you look at stuff on Facebook or, some other social media apps that are definitely not good for you, they are definitely flat earth lies type stuff, that they're going to possibly let you know, tell you that you can't go and look at stuff, that they are going to try to help you help yourself.
Slippery slope. slippery slope that a lot of us here, me and you, I know that we're not interested in this. We're not interested in a big brother telling us what we can and cannot think. We are always at the forefront of our personal responsibility, right?
I think you should be able to have whatever knowledge you would like to have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what you do with it is what you do with it, but really?
And how we communicate with each other is supposed to be a God-given right here in America, but it's not. Especially when you start leaning on third-party systems to carry our information and words via the internet. Here we go with John trying to take a blow back, right? A fight in our direction. This is great, right? This is what we're always talking about, that we, once again, are developing the tools so that whenever this revolution finally becomes full-blown, right, and we're out there, and the fact that the government is really just tighten that restraint on everybody, sticking their hands in your pocket, right? Because we know that that's what's coming next. You're not going to have 22 million Americans all of a sudden go on some sort of unemployment, social services, and things like that, relying on the government. A lot of people don't like to go back to work after that. Well, who's going to pay for these things? The ones that want to get out there and are hungry to have more, the ones that don't want to rely on the government. So the look down the road for the way life is going to be is the government controls on what you're saying. The government is going to be taxing you quite a bit. You're going to have less personal freedoms. You're going to spend more time taking care of other people than you're taking care of yourself.
I mean, we're going to be the 12-year-olds that don't know the oven is hot.
So I'm glad I'm in Bitcoin. I want to get other people into Bitcoin. John's out here making great messaging apps for the future so that we can continue to fight with our privacy. I mean, there's even going to be a baked-in payment program or payment processor with it. So the Lightning Network channel, you'll be able to send money as well. This is all amazing stuff. It's just that we have to get past this ideal of, oh, Bitcoin's worth this much in Satoshis, and that's not really viable to be purchasing stuff because it goes up and down too much in a day, and my profit overhead is only this when I sell, goods and services, right? That's the big chink in the chain, because otherwise a lot of people would be running towards this.
I mean, I still, even with the chink, I still don't see why this is not, I mean, whew. It is just, it's dumbfounding me on why. It's like, why do I have to explain this? You should just be, does this not seem like this is a better system? You know math, right? Everybody knows math. I hate math. I believe in math. I know what it does.
I hate math, but I believe in it.
I believe that math works.
I mean, that is pretty much what it comes down to. If you believe that math works, then you should really believe that Bitcoin works. Otherwise, you're kind of in a situation where you're saying, yeah, math works, money's great, but you know what? There's called political correctness.
No, political
math can trump real numbers in the sense that we just got to make it okay. It has to be okay. So turn on the printing press, add some more zeros on that computer screen. Let's start up another social service program. It's all right.
I am for I am is here.
I am for I am. Thanks for joining us, buddy. I am glad that you are here.
Oh, he says that he is proud that he can say that he has been following you from nearly the beginning. Your words are full of wisdom. You cheer us up despite our hurdles in front of us and showing this revolution of monetary sovereignty.
Well, that's...
We love you. I am for I am.
I know.
We try. Okay.
I never really think of myself as that smart of a guy, because it's like, Eugene, if you're really so smart, why did you spend like almost 30 years struggling to get by? Right. And then here I am 8 years later. Right. And it's like, I'm really not that far from where I was. I just got a little more, so it's not so hard. And I got a different view of it. And it seems to make it not so hard, not so tedious. Not so like I can't get out of the box.
It's like in like the Zelda where you find the hidden staircase and you're all like, yes, that's how I get to the dungeon.
Well, we got Cuba. They're going to be opening up their first P2P Bitcoin exchange. They do have some options over there, but they got problems. You got local Bitcoins, you got Pax or Pixful or whatever, but they got KYC, US sanctions. They're Cuba, right? So pretty much they don't really have access to Bitcoin and the exchanges.
Isn't one of the Castros still? Yeah, it's like his son or his something. Okay, continue. Go. Sorry. Side Cuba note. No reason.
So they're saying all right. So the guy made up this exchange. He released it, and in the first week, they seen it go from 850 users to 1,100 users, talking about a 30% jump. Those numbers aren't big, but it's the ideal that we're actually getting Bitcoin to the people that need it. Because in Cuba, right, they don't have access to banking systems. They don't have access to international.
Everyone. No, yes, not everyone in Cuba has all of those. Yes. See what you're going with. I mean, yes, it's not a lot, but it is. It's not small. It's not like, oh, that's nothing. I mean, 400-ish people.
When you build a road, it's not about who uses it first. It's about the fact that you built that road and it's going to last forever. And anybody can go drive down it when they need to. So once you built that road out of Cuba, it's there. Cubans now have a road to be able to get plugged into a decentralized financial system that's borderless.
That made me all happy inside. Yay.
Well, I mean, that is the point, though, is that we are trying to plug in these countries, which, I mean, I'm sure if you're a lonely Cuban guy who's in your early 20s trying to figure out how you get on top of this world, it seems next to impossible. You've got governments that you don't even understand telling you that you can't even leave or open a bank account or have access to credit or these things that are the necessary tools to do anything other than pay rent and have life suck.
You are stereotyping that Cuban life sucks. I mean, I don't know. I'm
saying that any life sucks where the only thing you can do is wake up and go to work for someone else so that you can come home and keep a roof over your head and keep yourself fed.
Being blind, dumb, and deaf is not fun. All right. Where are we at? I am Variab says the more fiat they print, the better for us. Client says, let's start mining with cheap oil. Just kidding. I still don't get the Cuban. I'm reading the next one. I still don't get the oil thing. Okay, so whatever. Let it go up and down.
I know, it's just because of our age, Samantha, that to us, it's like oil was crucial. We remember that the world ran on oil. You needed it. Whoever had the oil ruled the world. $50 a barrel, blah, blah, blah.
That was also when it was like
$5 a gallon.
That was also when it was paid in U.S. dollars only. I mean, I still remember the gigantic oil spill in Alaska. I mean, I was a little kid, but God help me.
What are you talking about? The one here in the Gulf that they're still trying to finish cleaning up.
Right? Maybe the Exxon one actually is cleaned up now because that was like 92 or something. So hopefully, I just remember for a year straight there was nothing but poor little greased out ducks and birds and seals that they were like, you have to help us save our natural wildlife.
I don't know. I mean, right now with everything that's going on, the times in Bitcoin and crypto are definitely very uncertain. You know, everybody was looking at this halving, which is like 18 days away. And they were saying, oh, we're going to have an extra big pump up. Then the price is going to come back down as people over speculated on it. And then slowly we'll continue to move into a realistic price. Well, Corona had messed that all up. There's no such thing as speculating. We're seeing that Bitcoin is tied to the stock markets and the S&P 500 and stuff, because as it's moving, Bitcoin is moving up as well. Where are we going to go from here? What are the price? Wrong topic, right? That's what we keep trying to say here, is it's not about this. It is about the fact that we are creating privacy tools. We are creating a decentralized currency that gives you power, because we're here today and you may only be paying, well, here we pay 7% sales tax.
Yep.
Right.
I think 7 or 6, something. Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, you pay your property tax and all that. All that's going to change. I mean, we're already here in Florida talking about how state tax comes from tourism, as much as 50% of it. Where's all this money going to come from to fix these roads, to pay those workers, to pay these teachers, to pay for
Oh, to keep the billions of our hotels and our restaurants and all these things that we don't even need unless there is a crap load of tourists
It's
here.
just, I mean, I don't know if it's just me and the way that my life has given me the opportunity for every hardship possible. Somebody has to pay. I just hate it when it's this guy.
Yeah, you're usually the piper.
Because I'm usually the one that has to pay. And I'm just saying that I'm glad I'm in Bitcoin because it makes me feel like I'm not going to be the one that has to pay so much.
All right. Priam says we will all be Cubans come next year when inflation shows up and wakes everyone up. Oh, I am.
Hey, I can steal a sailboat and be there by tomorrow. And I got my hardware wallet.
It'll be fine.
It will be fine. They got an exchange now.
Yes.
Yes.
Sign me up.
Come get me. I'm in Cuba.
Zaza's here. Zaza. He says
buddy,
I'm alive. Okay.
you're alive.
Good to start with.
All
Just
right.
overwhelmed with mask making and getting no sleep. He feels like he's Indiana Jones running from the huge boulder that gets squished. Okay, so I've had nightmares like that. I don't know if they're technically nightmares because I mean they're not, but yes, like where you're literally like running from the boulder. Yep.
Well, the mask making has been big business.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard quite a bit that some of the local teachers have been pulling like $1,400 to $1,500 a week making masks.
Oh yes, like I don't know. There's been lots of different like groups, and yes, like the teachers. I know there's a bunch of like retired nurses that are making them. I mean, like everybody's doing everything, and then they're selling and donating and doing whatever's. But Zazas are pretty snazzy. I've seen pictures.
Yes,
they look pretty.
Yes, because we're supposed to be getting a Bitcoin one, right?
At some point, yes.
At some point,
yes. I mean, you have until Wakaan, so don't worry.
Yeah. No.
I
was just thinking that I remember seeing the photos and that you would ask for a Bitcoin one.
Sorry, our Kalidas apparently is just having some issues. We did get
we got our first peacock eggs or peahen eggs the other day.
Yes.
So we got our fingers crossed. They're in the incubator. Let's see how that all ends up working out.
I know. Eugene's all
2
nervous
years.
though because he's like, I haven't actually seen them humping. I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe they're just. I mean, they do have a secluded area and it is like a big run, so you never know. We're not like watching them all the time.
All right, so let's get back on topic. I got one more thing written down here. I wrote down that Purse.io people. It was going to be closing up, right?
Yep.
Well, it looks like they're going to be acquired. Yeah, not a lot of details. Somebody was saying something about Roger Ver was going to be buying it. I don't know. I mean, I don't use Purse.io. A lot of people were kind of upset about it, right? That they weren't going to be there anymore, that the startup was going to be closing down. We're going to see how it goes. I mean, it's kind of how the cryptocurrency market is and the way that these projects go. You know, if you're going to have long-term viability, you find a use case to be here. You know, if you're just a quick money-making gimmick or you're just a startup that got some funding or was fishing for funding, yeah, you fizzle out, right? You spend your money, you don't last, you don't have a real product.
I mean, this is like, and see, I am forgetting. Oh, because this was a long time ago. Crap. It was the exchange where the guy died.
Oh,
and
Quadratic.
Yeah, there we go. But how they supposedly were like bought out and then bought out again. Like that there was supposed to be contracts on contracts of paying everybody out, and it still where'd it go? Like it's just I don't like it when they're all like, oh yeah, so we have somebody that's gonna fix it, but they don't say how they fix it or who they are. It's like, so you're going to okay, well, I guess whoever helps Purse.io, I hope you do good with it, because yes, it's like I mean, really, okay, I don't know, good luck.
I don't know, the cryptocurrency space is very fickle because everyone's pretty much just trying to jump in and somehow use it as a tool, right? To be able to turn $1 into $100 bill in a matter of no time flat, right? And it's just, that's not helping Bitcoin. Yes, it's great that it did, get more investors. It did help adoption, right? We ran up to $20,000. A lot of people got into Bitcoin, but now we went through such an extensive bear market. People are still debating on whether or not the bear market's here and what's going to happen in the future. And we lost so many investors. And it's the same thing as Mt. Gox. Everybody always points to the highest high. They always want to point to the peak, and they were comparing it to that moment from then on, which doesn't do any favors for Bitcoin, because as we're sitting here at 7.5, if you went up and started trying to talk to someone new about Bitcoin, they're like, yeah, wasn't that 20,000?
It's like, okay, well,
But this also goes back to people are dumb. A person is smart. People are dumb. It's hard to tell a person, you know what, you should buy it though when it's $7,000 if it goes back to 20,000. If that's really where your mind is at the simple part of, but you know what, it's about something bigger. It's about not going to work for that paycheck that's barely enough to get by. And you know what, you might not help you, but you're going to help your grandchildren. And are you just going to sit here and keep staring at tomorrow?
Right. Who just wants to help yourself? Come on now.
Well, it's this, can you see past your own nose? Can you see beyond tomorrow? Can you see more than your next paycheck?
Oh, okay. IFRAF says Texas is collapsing due to no oil jobs. Remember, Texas became the new Saudi Arabia. Now we're in big trouble. My grandfather worked for the oil rigs. Like he actually, like the drills way back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, I know Texas had a lot. I don't know.
I had also heard that out in the desert that fresh produce was getting to be hard to come by. That they were having trouble keeping, fresh fruits and vegetables in the stock or in the grocery stores.
Oh, that would kind of suck, right? Because
we went and did some shopping today, and the shelves were still quite bare.
Still no toilet paper.
Still no toilet paper.
Still no rubbing alcohol.
Still no rubbing alcohol.
Trying to think what else.
I'm noticing that mail is going slower.
Oh, way slower.
I order most of my auto detailing supplies offline.
I still haven't received my henna kit. That was like 2 weeks ago. It's not essential, apparently. At least that's what Amazon told me as I clicked, please take my money. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. Let's start wrapping this up. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, any more questions, comments, please go ahead, put them in the chat. You guys are the main thing out here. We really care about you. We love doing this show. This is the best part of our day.
All right. Zaza. He says, yes, that he is working on our stuff, that actually they will be better quality as I get better and tweak it. We will be happy.
Yeah. No rush, my man. I didn't mean anything like that. It was just clicked in my head that Samantha had, because she does a lot of the writing, she had asked for a Bitcoin one for me. Because right now I've been wearing Samantha's a dumpster dog and picks stuff up at the rave festivals, a finders keepers. So I have a face mask that she had found on the ground.
Yep. Oh, I have like 12 that all come from all of the events. Something. Yeah. Listen, you know what happened.
So I wear one of those. We actually had a customer that did no contact today.
Yes, that was a little funky because like you'd think that they would have like mentioned that beforehand. No. But when we got there, it was all like, oh, I'm going to stand on my balcony. I'm going to talk to you from below. I'm going to leave your money on this table.
Not a problem, sir. We can detail your truck.
I mean, who cares, right? Seriously. So, but yes, it was a little funky. It was like, so you didn't mention or ask anything before this, but hey.
All right. So what do we got going on in the chat? Let's bring this episode down to a close.
I am says that we need to be like the Czech Republic. 100% mask wearing is one of the steps that they're taking to get back to semi-normal. That they have there, it's down to 0.8. Unlike the U.S., which is at 6 or 7. Okay, well now, maybe we should. I mean, we have been wearing them-ish. Yes.
The problem I see is we're going out in public. You got to get everybody to start listening.
Yes, like that is. It needs to be the 100%.
I mean, all the grocery stores have it where you go one way in the aisles.
Yes.
Nobody was doing that at Walmart.
Oh
today.
No. We looked down halfway and we were like, well, we're going the right direction. We were looking at 4 people coming in the opposite direction. And it was like, well, I mean, obviously nobody's following the rules here, right? Hey.
So, and I mean, we keep seeing people with their children everywhere.
Their children.
I've
literally seen babies licking like the cart like whole handle. Like, are you serious?
I don't know. It seems like it's just gone more asinine. It seems like, people don't even understand.
Cool.
You good?
I mean, I don't even know what
They
he's
seem like
talking
they
to.
don't even understand what they're doing anymore. They're wearing masks in their own personal vehicle as they're driving around with the windows up.
Yes. fully decked out in your own car driving. How does that
with
work?
gloves and a mask.
How does that work? Oh no, the best was today. We were going towards St. Augustine. It was beautiful. We were going over the bridge, and I noticed.
The lady jogging with a mask.
Oh, and then next, because first we see her, right? And I'm like, that's a little, but maybe okay. Then I look over and there's a beautiful Jeep, like on like the wetland area, and there is literally one dude on like an island-ish that you had to walk out into waist deep water to get up on this, and he is fishing on it with a face mask on. And it is like,
there's just Corona in the air.
Who do you think is coming at you when you are on like a mound in the middle of the river?
Samantha, Corona just went in your mouth, okay?
Dude, are you threatening me?
You're too funny. All right.
Oh, the funny AU is here.
Funny.
Jumped in on the last minute. We love you. We love you.
We're
Be
closing
safe.
down the episode. We appreciate you coming. We appreciate everything you guys do. Hitting the thumbs up, all of the watching of the commercials, because that does give the Google AdSense, the super chats, the donations, everything. It's fantastic.
I am says that the protein is going to be a shortage soon, that we need to stock up on protein, people. That will be the next. It will be teepee hair dye protein.
So wait, when this started, we stuck 30 eggs into the incubator, and we have 24 of them that hatched and are about 4 weeks.
Yes.
So, I mean.
And then we have 4 random ones that were born literally in the middle of winter, and they're 4 months? 3, 4?
So
5?
let me see. By the time the protein runs out, they should be big enough.
Well, I mean, you know that you see like young chicken. I mean, if we eat them under a year and they're not considered young chicken, how young is young chicken?
I just know that I like to practice the ability of taking care of myself. I'm not going to sit here and go boo-hoo if I can't go to the grocery store and get something to eat. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of everyone that's here on this property.
Yeah, I mean, all of our stuff pretty much almost eats all the same stuff anyways.
All right. Let's close it down, Samantha. Is there anything else in the chat? Anything else you guys would like to say before we go ahead and shut it down for the night? I can't say enough that you guys are the best part of our life, because this is the only time we get to feel like we're really ourselves, right? We're not kissing someone's butt trying to make money. We're not sitting around having to be politically correct. We're hanging out with like-minded individuals talking about how we want a better future. And we believe that this decentralized currency of Bitcoin is going to help make it happen. And all we have to do is start educating everyone and spreading the awareness and adoption.
Nope, the Fundy says people are shopping with their families here too. Mm-hmm. Okay, so everybody's just stupid everywhere. That's awesome. At least I have faith in that one. Oh,
I get it too, though, because it's like, we go out. And the first thing that happens is our son's like, can I come too? I'm tired of sitting here. And it's like, okay, you get it, because
yes, but
it doesn't make it better.
It's not helping the cause. Yes.
Right.
I mean, that is the point, is that it's supposed to be like, you're like supposed to be pulling your hair out because you literally have not left your house in like 30 days.
The problem is that it's a matter of psychological perspective, because if you go with the fact of sitting at your house without the mindset of, I am trapped here, but, I get to sit here. I get to enjoy my home without having to leave, without having to do all of that stuff that keeps me from leaving my home. Because like we've said a million times, ultimately, all we really want to do is stay here on our property.
Yep.
So the going out part
is to make the
money, to bring the stuff back, to get the supplies. So they're just doing me a favor.
I am says the Mexican produce is slowing too. Packing facilities employees are getting the virus. Oh, and Fundy says that he's heard that the protein is going to run out here too in America. So Real thing. Good thing we do have stuff.
I mean,
Man.
I know we go on and on and on with this because it seems like it's a new topic. It doesn't stop because now, the next thing is that they're going into talking about opening up America. We're looking at Georgia's supposed to be about opening up. It's upsetting
Georgia and,
everybody.
like, somebody else,
I
and then
mean,
Texas, and there are
the
like 3
big
of them.
thing
And, oh
here
my
in
God.
Florida is the beaches, and now they're all opening, but they got different rules. Like every 20 feet down the beach,
And it's
like
different hours. Like, it's like, wait, so are you the noon to 4 beach, or are you the 6 to noon? Are we supposed to? I don't know.
Some are move along beaches, some are not move along beaches, some are no groups over 5.
Some are like, you can't have your dog, but you could before this, but now I mean, so yes.
All right, you guys. I want you to go out there. I want you to make the most of your night. Live it up however you can, because tomorrow is guaranteed to absolutely no one for absolutely no reasons. Bitcoin is going to be what it's going to be. We're fighting the good fight because we want to change the future. You look like you've got something on your mind over there, Samantha.
No, we are good.
We're good.
I am for I am is saying that he has close friends in the Czech Republic. Yes, okay? 100% mask wearing. Korea, Czech, Singapore, that's how they're doing it.
And Kalita said to keep that BTC safe. Later, guys.
Bye, guys. Wash your hands.